Brother and Dr. Connor and Brother Gary and Brother Clint. And they have some other guests that here. They have some exciting news to break forward with us. So, hello, Brother Gary. How are you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Loud
I'm on. Thank you. Hey, welcome to the Voice of the Kids radio segment right here on 9:30 WPAT AM. We're on every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tuesdays and Fridays at 3:25 and Wednesday at 4:25. And you can also join us now on Facebook at facebook.com/Connor for the number 4 kids. And we're on 7 other live networks right now. We're on Facebook, YouTube, we're all over the place. And we have some guests here today. We're excited. In addition, we have Dr. Khanna is an attorney, a child safety advocate, a servant of the underserved. He's the champion of the nonprofit organization, Voice of the Kids. Also with us is Clem Yeboah, the chairman of Voice of the Kids. I am also on the board of Voice of the Kids. But Dr. Khanna also recently launched his post-incarceration juvenile justice Reformation Act initiative. That's a big title, but it's a big job that he's tackling. And this initiative provides incarcerated young adults with housing, training, along with the required medical and psychological assistance needed to secure a job, to build their careers, to greatly improve their lives. So please, you can join us at our website at voiceofthekids.org or Dr. Connor, connorforkids.com. And the initiative is at returningyouth.com, returningyouth.com, because we're returning the youth of today back to a productive life. That's our goal. That's actually Dr. Connor's goal. He saw the weakness in the Reformation Act that was written in 1974, updated in 2018, and then basically didn't really cover what happens when these young people come out of imprisonment. We have to take care of them. Dr. Khanna saw this. So with us today is Dr. Khanna. He's going to give us a short speech. But I just want to introduce the other people. Willie, we all know Willie at the Christian Fellowship Council. We have Clem Yeboah on the phone, but we also have John Marks, and we have Hector, the guys with the hats, the hat guys, right there. Yeah. And they're going to be speaking about Hector. Hector's has already went through this program, succeeded, changed his life, which is very important. That's what Dr. Khanna is going to do, not just for one Hector, for many Hectors. So without any more ado, as they say, let me introduce Dr. Khanna. He's going to talk a little bit about what's going on with this initiative and some new information we just learned about the Bronx. Dr. Khanna?
Thank you very much, Gary. Thank you very much, Brother Willie. And I'm so glad that we have John Mark with us. And also would like to thank Clem Yeboah, the chairman of the Voice of the Kids here. Brother Willie, you have been a big supporter of this initiative. You are a living legend of this because you have been promoting this event all along to entire Christian Fellowship Foundation, because all the people, those who are listening to this radio, I'm indebted to them that please pray that we can take these young adults and give them the proper life they deserve. Everybody deserves a chance, another chance. And also, I would like to thank John Mark, who kind of gave a shape to this initiative and gave me the full backup that yes, this can be done, because he has done it in his capacity with this wonderful gentleman who is with John Mark named Hector. Like Gary said, we will be having millions of hectares to go through this initiative so that it can be done properly. Let me give you a little bit about this initiative. This initiative I call as holistic approach. That means this will be a program where an an individual coming out of the incarceration physically, we will walk them through a wonderful journey so that they will feel that they are needed in the society. Once they feel they are needed, then they will feel that they are part of the society. And what does that mean of needed? The needed means we are going to walk them through like in an incubation stage. Remember, these individuals, those who are coming from the incarceration, they got physically released, but mentally they're not released yet. Mentally, they're still in a captive mode. Why? Because they still feel that they're being watched. They still feel they're being supervised. We want them to feel that they are gaining the freedom, they're gaining the independence. Of course, they have to be taken into a process so that they can get themselves free from mental incarceration. So they will get released by that. That means what? We are going to provide them housing. We are going to provide them different type of counseling. We are going to provide them career counseling. We are going to provide them different type of benefits. We're going to provide them their own way of leading the life, but in a very secluded way so that they can understand what life is all about. They won't be given every chance to build their career. If they want to be a serial truck driver, they'll be given that. If they want to be a paralegal, they'll be given that. If they want to be HVAC technician, they'll be given the opportunity. If they want to be an artist, they'll be given. We are partnering with different organizations where they can be trained and they can go through this process and enjoy them so that they can get proper training. And that's where we organize this under the management of Voice of the Kids.
Thank you, Dr. Khanna. I want to introduce Clem now because I want him specifically to talk about the target market, the people who we are specifically targeting. I think Clem is really the appropriate person to introduce this.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Clem.
That's an interesting way to put it. The target market is the people of color, and we can, use different ways of describing ourselves: Black, African American, but it's the people of color who are coming from incarceration, who are not getting the assistance that they need. That population is always the population that needs the most help. It's always the population that needs the most help. So we think that this initiative will be able to provide the required assistance and that we will be able to help solve a major issue in society.
Thank you, Clem. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. We just had some interesting news that we heard about this issue specifically in the Bronx, where there are kids that are locked up, right? And they're supposed to get remote training. But the kids that are incarcerated in closures of city schools or whatever, they're not allowed to, the teachers are not with them physically, but they're not even allowed to interact with them on the screen. The only way they can interact is a text chat. So it's very difficult for these children. Dr. Khanna, would you comment on that?
Absolutely. You really validating this system that the Post-Incarceration Juvenile Justice Reformation Act has to be incorporated. Because when these children, those who are in the incarceration mode, as we read this news in Bronx, they are not getting the proper education. They are not informed how to get educated and get a school, high school diploma or whatever. Once they are not getting proper education, how do we expect that when they are released from this prison, how are they going to react in the society? They don't have it. That's why now you understand why this initiative has to be incubated properly from the day one they get released. This is very touching that the DOE has this program, but they are restricting the children from having face-to-face interaction through Zoom or through any type of video interaction. Only way they can interact is through text. And then if they do not interact with the text, then take away the device. So that news is very heart-touching. So how do you expect these children, those who are in the incarceration mode, to finish their education? So they're deprived from education thing. So this is now, I want the audience to understand. I want this United States, those who are listening to this radio, to understand that this post-incarceration initiative is so important so that they can get proper training and proper guidance so that they can be a proper human being in this society. They have to get a second chance. They have to get another chance. So Gary, thank you very much for bringing this point up. And this is a validation that in Bronx, this is what is happening today.
We have some guests today I want to introduce, but before, quickly, I just would like to get Willie. He's in the control center. Willie Sanders, his comment on what Clem was saying and trying us to reach your community, Willie. What do you think about that?
Well, I was just listening to what you were saying. Incidentally, we have our Dr. Brown from North Carolina, Reverend Dr. Brown, which she is a pastor down in those areas, which are heading through the same situations we're going through up here. Are you there, Dr. Brown?
Yes, I am. Uh-huh.
Well, God bless you. I just wanted
God bless
to
you all.
thank you so much. Are you saying now, based on my knowledge from, I would say, yesteryear, they had access, the inmates have access to a full library. Is that true, Gary, or no? Has they taken that away?
Well, I'm going to let, we have limited time. I want to make sure.
Well, I mean,
I'm going to let Clem answer.
This is part of the COVID-19 excuse. In the COVID-19 excuse where school is being done via Zoom or some other such method, the incarceration system is preventing the kids from doing that because they're saying that their identity may be disclosed. They're also saying that if they use laptops or any other thing, they might also, communicate with the outside world and so on and so on and so on. Well, okay. If that's all true, why don't you do something inside the facility for them? Create an environment in the facility where they get educated. There is absolutely no reason to take away their means of education. They have every right to education.
Now, Clem, let me jump into it. Brother Willie, why didn't you have Dr. Brown? Is she still there or she left?
Yeah, she's with us.
Okay.
I'm listening in.
Why don't you tell us, Dr. Brown, what type of things you are facing your community in North Carolina right now that this program like this can help to restructure or give them a hope to this type of children or the young adults?
Hmm. Right. In 2019, I actually did what I call family well-being conference. And I focus on life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which is our declaration. And what I did was I invited the various services and programs to come to one particular place and to talk about their programs, their services, and link them to with those who are returning citizens in the community. Now, what I've since did is now I'm focusing on the area of training and technical assistant, referral services, coaching and mentoring, entrepreneurship, focusing on the family more so. And because we know, mass incarceration is an issue, I'm focusing on doing referral services, for those who have been, formerly incarcerated, And I haven't really.
Dr. Brown, do you see that this program can be beneficial to your community?
Oh yes, without a doubt. Yes. The one of the major issues is they say within 2 years, not necessarily juveniles, but those who are coming out of the prison system or jail, they return within 2 years because they don't have adequate, sustainable housing, jobs.
Let me jump into this. My dear audience.
Yeah, sure.
My dear audience, I want all the audience to hear what you just said. Within 2 years of coming out of the prison, they go back. Isn't this the statement I gave last week? And this is the validation from Dr. Brown. You see, this is why this program is so effective. I need all of you.
Very much so needed.
I need all of you to join me and help me to incorporate this to every town and village. But without much going, Gary, I think what you need to do is we need to invite Hector, to join in and chip in, because I want the audience to listen from a experienced post-incarcerated individual. How does he feel, and how does he think this program will be beneficial to everybody? Please.
Thank you. I'd like to introduce John Marks, who is the owner of Windsor Driving School, Tractor Trailer Driving School, and he's been doing this program with ex-incarcerated youth for years. And we have Hector, who actually went through this program. I'm going to hand it over to them. And gentlemen, I'd love to hear Hector's story.
Wonderful. Welcome, everyone. This is John Marks, and welcome to inviting us on this beautiful Willie Sanders story of life. I love his smile. The idea is we've been doing this for the last 25 years, and we always had organizations available through DVR, where we help individuals coming out and get them into a career field. But for the last 4 or 5 years, with Hector especially, he came in after to become a CDL driver. But because he had a few issues that could not leave the state, then we found a technique, ability that he had available to train others in the same situation as a CDL driver. So he became an instructor here at Windsor Driving School, for the simple reason of reaching out to them, understand who they are and how to communicate with them with needs. So here it is, Hector. Do the best you can, and good luck.
Before you jump in, Hector, audience, I would like you to know that this wonderful gentleman, John Mark, who is the owner of the Windsor Trucking CDL Driving School, is also the administrator of this initiative. So if you all think that I can do this all by myself, no. I am depending upon John Mark, who is bringing 25 years of experience in this type of program before. Now he is helping me and Voice of the Kids to manage this, organize this, so that we can bring more Hectors and we can train them and have a better life. And by saying that, I'm going to turn on the mic to Hector. Hector, could you tell me your journey, how you came and met John Mark and became an instructor? And also, how do you, I'm going to put a couple of questions to you. How do you see this initiative, which you just heard about, how it will benefit other individuals, those who are coming from this release from this prison? How can they get benefit out of it?
So I met someone who used to work here through another type of schooling. It was a real estate class, because the real estate is supposedly one of the licenses that people that have some type of record can hold. So I didn't finish my real estate, but I met someone through there that knew about John's school. So I came to John's school and I, paid my tuition and learned. And I didn't pass the test the first time. So I took the test another time and I didn't pass it. And I was able, John offered me a job. His exact words were, would you like to help people learn what you have learned, or learn what you didn't have the opportunity to pass? And I was like, I would really like that. So that was the beginning. And that's where it all started. So, I come across other people here who've also been incarcerated and who need help, just like I need help. So I can relate to them on various levels. So I know how important my job is every day, because I'm not only trying to give myself some positivity by having a job, having some structure, but I'm also playing a part in other incarcerated individuals' lives, especially some who are fresh out, some who have been out for a while, or people who are lost, or people who need help, or people who just need, someone who can relate to them. They don't know that I'm incarcerated, but when they talk and when they show me their emotions, I can relate. They don't know I can relate, but I could relate, and I try to help them out in any way that I could.
When you came out, the first year or first 2 years, was it hard for you to adapt to the world?
It was really hard. You're coming from incarceration where there's pretty much a set structure, and now you have to create your own personal structure. And you've got bills, you've got a license you got to get, you have housing that you have to do, education.
Yeah, brother Hector and John, you're going to be running out of time here. We got about another minute and a half,
Okay.
and this is very exciting. I would love for our audience to hear this full story. I'm going to hope that we can revisit this on tomorrow's session, and continue it, because we've got a lot of interest and a lot of people that are coming out and having issues. Hector, I want you to be able to finish your story. So if possible, John, I don't know if we can reconvene tomorrow to continue to go, because right now we're going to be running off of time on the radio. Now we can, Gary, if you want to continue on the Zoom,
I would love
can.
to.
Okay.
What are you saying? Say one more time. Can we continue after 3 o'clock?
On Zoom, yeah. After 3 o'clock, we're off. We don't come back on until 5 o'clock. So with another program.
No. Let's continue tomorrow. If Hector and John and Dr. Connor and Clem are available, we'll continue this tomorrow, because this is interesting, and we would like to finish the story.
No, definitely. That's not a problem. We can definitely do that. But I would like the audience to understand that this initiative, we are launching it in Elizabeth Township, within next 2 weeks, and we are going to have a model been created in Elizabeth Township. So please help us so that we can take it to every town and village, so that we can definitely help. And we would like to have many Hectors who who gets this. And Brother Willie, I really appreciate that you are supporting this, and we can definitely with Gary's and your advice, we can definitely take it. But I would like the audience to understand this is serious. We want to bring this to them, to everybody. So Gary, please.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, Willie. You take it. You take us out. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask Dr. Brown if she could would she be available on tomorrow around 4:30 tomorrow to help us continue with this.
Yes, please.
Somebody said yes.
We cut you off. We're sorry, Dr. Brown.
I will. I'll see what I can do. Okay.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, because it's like the day before Thanksgiving.
Oh my God, that's right.
You know what? And I know I do have an appointment already. But I'll see. What time?
4:30.
We'll invite you on the Zoom, Dr. Brown. We'd like to see your face. We'll invite you on the Zoom.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. That definitely sounds good. I love what you guys are doing. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Well, we want to thank all of you for tuning in, all of our radio audience, all of our internet. We just thank God for you. Listen, make sure you tune in at 5 p.m. to 4. We have Raw, Nothing But Fire coming to you next with a very good great musical program. Dr. V.P. Taylor and Dr. Reverend Dr. Page, that will be on, Whitney Page will be on the 5 to 4 tomorrow. And I'm sorry, today we will also be here from 5 to 6, and tomorrow from 3 to 6. So join us tomorrow. Don't touch that dial. We'll be back at 5 o'clock.
And we'll be on at 4:30 with Dr. Khanna.